Well, she can move for further studies, so what she would need to decide is what further studies would she like to do, and then explore those with institutions. If she would like to go to Australia as a migrant, as a skilled migrant, then on the 1st of July, we're starting up a new system called Skill Select.
Okay.
And then what that will mean is that people will be able to go on the Australian immigration website in Australia and lodge what we call an expression of interest.
Okay.
And that website will be used by prospective employers or state governments or ourselves to have a look at who's in there. And if there's someone in there who we think meet all our criteria, then we will invite them to lodge an application.
Okay.
So at the moment, people can lodge an application and they may or may not be successful. From the 1st of July, people can lodge an expression of interest online, and then we will invite them to lodge an application if we think that it can progress.
All right. In that expression of interest, they can actually fill in all their details and the educational and qualification degrees. They can mention about that.
Yeah.
And
including work experience,
that's right.
where how many years they've worked, and employers will look into that database and say, I might be interested in that person, and explore that further.
हाँ जी, मैं थोड़े सवाल ਦਾ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਜਵਾਬ ਇੱਕ ਵਾਰ ਦੇ ਦਾਂ ਜੋ ਐਲਵਰੇਜ਼ ਜੀ ਨੇ ਦੱਸਿਆ ਹੋਣੀ ਕਿ ਸਕਿਲ ਮਾਈਗ੍ਰੈਂਟਸ ਲਈ 1 ਜੁਲਾਈ ਤੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਹੋਰ ਰਸਤਾ ਖੁੱਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਸਕਿਲ ਸਿਲੈਕਟ ਇੱਕ ਸਿਸਟਮ ਹੈਗਾ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਆਸਟ੍ਰੇਲੀਆ ਦੀ ਇਮੀਗ੍ਰੇਸ਼ਨ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹਦੇ ਤੇ ਲੌਗਇਨ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਉੱਥੇ ਇੱਕ ਐਕਸਪ੍ਰੈਸ਼ਨ ਆਫ ਇੰਟਰਸਟ ਹੈਗਾ ਉਹ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਲੌਂਚ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਜਿਹਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਆਪਣੀ ਨੀਸ ਨੂੰ ਇਹ ਦੱਸੋਗੇ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਆਪਣੀ ਸਾਰੀ ਐਜੂਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਹਿਸਟਰੀ ਤੇ ਆਪਦੀ ਫੈਮਿਲੀ ਦਾ ਬੈਕਗ੍ਰਾਉਂਡ ਤੇ ਪਲੱਸ ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੇ ਕੀ ਸਟੱਡੀ ਕੀਤਾ ਤੇ ਕੀ ਉਹ ਕਰਨਾ ਚਾਹੁੰਦੇ ਨੇ ਉਹਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਮੈਂਸ਼ਨ ਕਰਨ ਜੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨੂੰ ਲੱਗਦਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਕਿ ਉਹ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਦੀ ਕੈਟਾਗਰੀ ਦੇ ਵਿੱਚ ਠੀਕ ਬੈਠਦਾ ਤਾਂ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਆਪਣੀ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਐਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਫਾਈਲ ਕਰਨ ਲਈ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਇਸ ਵੈਬਸਾਈਟ ਦੇ ਉੱਤੇ ਹੀ ਉਹ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਕਹਿਣਗੇ ਉਸ ਤੋਂ ਬਾਅਦ ਤੁਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜੀ ਆਪਣੀ ਐਪਲੀਕੇਸ਼ਨ ਹੈਗੀ ਉਹ ਫਾਈਲ ਕਰ ਸਕਦੇ ਹੋ ਤੇ ਤੁਹਾਨੂੰ ਇਹਦੇ ਲਈ ਅਸੀਂ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈਗਾ ਗੁੱਡ ਲੱਕ ਜਿਹੜਾ ਹੈ ਉਹ ਵਿਸ਼ ਕਰਦੇ ਹਾਂ It's time to slip into a short break here. Stay tuned as we explore the country of your dreams, Australia. Welcome back. We are in conversation with Jose Alvarez, the Regional Director for Immigration at the Australian High Commission, New Delhi. Mr. Alvarez, as SVP, Streamlined Visa Processing, was recently introduced. Now, universities falling under SVP are finding it a little difficult to cope up with the flow of the applications, and they are not able to provide the COE, the confirmation of enrollment, on time. What are the reasons behind it?
Okay, well, under the previous program, people would just apply for visas, whether at university or vocational sector.
Right.
We wanted to change that. We wanted to improve the quality of the applicants we were getting. So we had this review and we had a discussion with the universities to say, look, we'd like you to get involved in this program. In the old days, we used to look at people's English levels, their qualifications, the amount of money they had, whether they were going to be good students. And we said, okay, let's not do that anymore. Why don't we let the universities who want to participate in this program, let them do that.
Okay.
So they make all that assessment about their English level, their current qualifications, their financial situation, and then based on that and the course that they want to do, then they'll give them the confirmation of enrolment form that you've just indicated.
Right.
So it's been slow. It's slower than what we anticipated, but that's not a bad thing.
But is it because of like the universities have been like overburdened now they're doing extra work as well?
I wouldn't say overburdened. They've been cautious.
Okay.
They want to make sure they get the right students.
And they remain in the list.
Yes, because they also don't want their reputation to be tarnished. So I don't think they've been slow, they've been cautious. We work very closely with the universities. We like the approach they're taking. They know that we're keen to support them and they're keen to get good students. So I think where people are seeing the difference is that we're getting less people in the vocational sector.
Okay.
So who's complaining the most? Some agents.
Oh, all right.
So the universities, I think, are doing the right thing, and we will continue working with them because we want to encourage people who want to do undergraduate and postgraduate tertiary courses.
Right. So why was SVP introduced at the first place? I mean, why did the need arise?
Because we had many people going to Australia doing vocational courses or enrolling for university courses and then going to vocational courses because the vocational courses were on our skilled occupation list, which determined whether someone got migration. We changed that around and say no, education is about education, and that's what people should be going for, because they had a lot of agents who were saying, oh, do this course because then you'll get a migration outcome.
Right. So under SVP, there's also like increased work rights for the students. I mean, they're like more flexible work rights nowadays.
For the undergraduates, it's the same, but for the postgraduate and higher education, there's greater flexibility in the work rights. And the reason why we do that is because we know with some of the postgraduate and higher education courses, they're not always full-time courses, and also the courses involve the level of practical work and experience. So we want to encourage people to do that. So it's a more complete arrangement.
Right. See, the maximum number of students from India, they would like to take employment as well in Australia after they complete their studies. So what is the right way to do that?
Well, the right way is to do the right course and to make sure that the course that they want to do will get them the outcome that they want. And that's why we introduce these work rights, because it will give people experience after they finish the courses.
Okay.
But it's not every course. So people need to explore, find out about that. It's not hidden. It's, as I said, the universities can tell them, our website can tell them, the reputable education agents, and there's quite a few who are linked to Australia, would be able to tell them.
And it's all out there on the internet
It's
as
all
well.
out
They need
there.
to sit and
It's not every course. We're quite selective about which courses get that opportunity, and as I said, it's usually postgraduate and the higher degrees.
Right. We have a caller with us. Hello?
Hello.
Yeah, may I know your name, please?
I'm Gurdeep Singh Man from Village Sikha, district Ludhiana.
हाँ जी, की पूछना चाहोगे तुसी?
Ma'am, could you tell me what are the eligibility criteria for study visa for Australia and what are the band description is required?
Eligibility criteria
Yes, ma'am.
to study in Australia.
Yes, ma'am.
Which level? Are you asking for the degree level, undergraduate, or you are asking for the postgraduate level?
Ma'am, I have done bachelor's computer application.
BCA, all right?
Yes, ma'am. Okay.
All right, so you want to know, is this guy eligible to go to Australia? He has done bachelor's in computer application on the basis of study. He wants to go for higher studies.
Yeah, everyone's eligible. It's a matter of what your English is like for the course that you want to do, your financial circumstances, and exploring what you want to do. So again, the focus should be is, what am I going to do with this qualification when I finish it?
Absolutely.
And that's what you need to do. You need to explore all those, and as I said, there's lots of information out there. So my view is, regardless whether it's your first course or further education or postgraduate education, because it's expensive.
Absolutely.
You have to sit down and work out and make a very good decision based on all the information that's out there that you have to
And they should target the long-term goal, not for a couple of years that they have to go to Australia and settle down. They should not keep that only in mind. We have another caller over here. हाँ जी, तुसी कित्थों बोल रहे हो? की नाम है तुहाडा?
I am Neeraj from Pathankot. And my question is that whenever we listen about studies in Australia, it is mostly the technical studies, the professional courses. I want to know what are the prospects for research, doctorate, etc. in languages in Australia?
In languages in Australia?
Yes.
All right. Do we have enough languages in Australia?
Well, we're a very diverse community. 40% of our population is born overseas or has a parent born overseas, so very diverse. In terms of the ladies' inquiry, you'd be better off to make contact with universities to see if they do have research capacity capabilities, and then they would sponsor you.
Okay.
So they would be saying, they may not be thinking of doing researches in your particular languages, but given your background or experience, they may be interested.
Right.
So it's a matter of you putting a proposal to a university or an institution to say, look, this is my area of expertise, this is what I'd like to do.
It's language research she's asking.
Yeah, that's why I'm saying that it may not be something that they're considering, but if you look at the number of people from Indian background in Australia, it could be something that a university may be interested in. So in some ways it's you putting a case to the university to see if they're prepared to accept you.
Right. I wish we had more time, Mr. Alvarez. Thank you so much for coming into our studios and sharing such valuable information with us and our viewers. Thank you once again.
My pleasure.
In our today's episode with Jose Alvarez, the Regional Director for Immigration at the Australian High Commission, New Delhi, we discussed study visas, their nitty-gritties, ways and modes of applying and the pros and cons of studying in Australia. But greener though it may seem, one must not follow the path blindly. So open up your eyes, rise up to the right opportunities and grab only the best. That's all from everybody here. Keep dreaming, for you are ready to fly and fly high. And do not forget to write to us at editor@dayandnightnews.com.